Welcome back for more Dread Delusion. So, we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're just going to run the right way, not the wrong way. The wrong way is, funny enough, the wrong way. No, it's still daytime. Okay, what we're going to do in that case is we're going to sleep. And sleep, and then we will, until nighttime, then we'll go talk to Afra. Like I say, I'm keen to let Afra win, as it were. I suspect this isn't going to be the end of the story. Then we'll head to Corruption. Back to Corruption Town. It's the wrong way again. That's when I go the right way, damn it. Me like you, bouncy. Right. Afra peers up into the sky, her brows furrowed in contemplation. Just the skywards, is this normal? She tears her eyes away from the celestial teapot. No, I would certainly think this is new. What does it mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign, an instruction, a response to our broadcast? But then why a teapot? She shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations. All we can do is stick to the plan. Oh yes, I almost forgot. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Afra hands you a leather folder, far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life. The hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hands. Friend, I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now is the time to voice them. What do I do with the punch card exactly? When you return to the Mechanarium, the audience chamber will be open. Insert my punch card in the king's petition port, and my magic will do the rest. Anything else, this may be last chance. Still questions about your spell. I explain everything I can as many times as you need. How much freedom to change will your spell really allow? Initially, a defined set of about 100 qualities can be changed, with hard limits on things like height and density. The king won't do anything that directly endangers your life or another's, so you can't become an 80-foot giant with no lungs. Other qualities will become changeable in time once the spell has proved its worth. Most of these rules can be modified by a vote of more than half the kingdom. Wherever possible, I have favoured incentives over hard limits. After a trial period, you'll be stuck with your changes for a year, so you'll have to think carefully. Other incentives will ensure an optimal distribution of qualities like the whole kingdom. Sorry, qualities for the whole kingdom. What do you mean by optimal for the whole kingdom? All individuals must be free to choose their fate, but from society's point of view, you don't want everyone to be an artist or indeed a carpenter. Past kingdoms solve this through conscription, slavery, or rigid social rank. Brutal methods for a brutal age. Under my system, the king will monitor the overall balance of qualities and provide incentives for those that are in shortage. So, if too many people have made themselves mercurial and creative, the king will offer rewards for constancy and pragmatism. If too few have the temperament for farm work, the king will incentivize that temperament. And that lead to the same kind of massive rewriting the commissioners will do? I don't believe so. There's nothing wrong with asking people to compromise with the needs of the community. What's important is that they're free to say no. I see I have more other questions. What about mistakes? If your new king goes mad too, how will anybody stop it? The current faults demonstrably stem from specific errors in our previous spells, born from wishful neglect of fundamental principles. That Cyril denies this does not make it false. There is a saying within the guild that would be seditious if repeated in public. Drek in, Drek out. It means that if you give the king faulty input, you'll get faulty result. Yet the reverse is also true. With properly enumerated powers and properly specified goals, the areas you describe will never arise in the first place. My spell will create a self-balancing, self-correcting equilibrium capable of adapting itself to new circumstances. I spent 8 years planning this. I'm certain it is sound. Does that make sense? What if a good king is impossible? What if so much power can ever? What if that much power can ever be just? Can't ever be just. Heavens, you sound just like the saboteur. I admit, I've asked myself the same question. When the hour is late and sleep eludes me, but I've also seen the power of cipher magic to save. Sorry, I've also seen the power of cipher magic to save a life. Without it, I would never have been locked forever inside a person I would never have been locked forever inside the person I used to be. Now, how can we just walk away from that? We don't chew our meat raw because fire can raise our towns. We don't renounce the axe because it chops necks as well as trees. We don't spurn the wheel when it crushes a child's hand. I refuse to accept the abstention. I refuse to accept abstention is our only choice. I will not surrender to the hunger and despair that have hitherto plagued all history. I will not relinquish the demon of the first mechanists to those who have forgotten it. Does it all make sense? All the answers I wanted. Anything else? This may be your last chance. I have no sky pilot named Mikhail. Oh, Misha? He's a deer, isn't he? I'd be so forgetful without his medicines. You can't import them here without a letter from the king. One of those little perks of my job. Why do you ask? How well do you really know him? It's hard to tell, isn't it? The man is like a deep river, all iced over. You skate on the surface thinking it'll never break. Then suddenly you plunge into this other world, but the next day it's all ice again. I knew he was born in Slev. His family came here after the God War seeking a better life, when he was just a boy. It's people like them that this kingdom should be working for. He somehow spoke to me through the beacon. He warned me not to help you. Really? But surely he can't know about our plans. And how could he possibly have subverted the king's magic? Misha is a fine sailor, but he's no magician. There are reports of people seeing or hearing phantoms in the corrupted lands, long dead loved ones, or even their own self. Some say the corruption can read your memories, the better to lure you to your doom. I'm glad you're alive, friend. Pay it no mind. Our task requires your full attention. Anything else? This may be your last chance. I have all I need. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm counting on you, friend. So, like I say, we had basically resolved to go with her ending anyway. Go with her rather than the saboteur, basically because we know her to an extent, whereas we don't really know him. Rizza. Order Trump chaos, yeah? Speak quickly, citizen. My time is in high demand. Oh, actually, hang on. Shall leave you to your work. I want to see this giant teapot, because I didn't notice it before. Okay. I see the giant teapot. It is in the sky, and it is moving. I saw a giant teapot in the sky. No need to be alarmed. Our best minds are investigating the apparition. In the meantime, carry on with your business. We finished here? Okay, action about this kingdom. Have you considered reading a book? He's such a tool. Such a tool. I very nearly walked out of the thing. Which would have been rather problematic. The machine shrieks like a million condemned souls. The feeling of pressure mounts in your body once more. When your cranial moderator clicks into action, suddenly the noise becomes an intelligible chorus. Incoming messages, outgoing commands, distant outputs, requesting connections or announcing faults. There are so many faults. You are standing in the brain of this awful machine, and it's bleeding to death. Rejoice and exult. The invocation is cast. All hail its majesty, Mechanus Rex, the Cockpit King. Welcome back, subject. Thou mayest rise. Hast thou completed the sacramental duty? Not yet, your majesty. Pondering. The duty remains unfulfilled. Dost thou require instructions as to thy task? Yes, please explain the duty again. The sacramental duty is as follows. This time, you find you can understand the dense lines of sixfold cipher. Ingredients. Teapot, large. 4 pints fresh goblin's milk. 1 salted water. Half a teaspoon. 61,666,000 gallons of fresh water. 652,152 tons of venin tea. 30,540 tons of unsweetened sugar. 2 pints teapot. 2 pounds crinkled honey. 4 pints custard sog. Half pint ambergris. Smooth meat. 3 pounds jittermoss powder. Teapot. Instructions. Fill a kettle with fresh water and boil. 2. Measure out 4 pints of milk salts. 3. Place tea strainer in teapot. And tea leaves in strainer. 4. Sleep for 15 years. 6. Brush with sere fruit mixture and bake until blithe. 5. Stir in moss powder, ambergris and sugar to smell. Then pour in boiling water. 10. The heat will rise rapidly, and the water will bubble up so violently that your cup may even shatter. 6. Stir in milk, then pour in dregs. Draw into dregs. 19. To avoid heavy metals contamination, cut crosswise with sog. 471. Serve hot. 6. Enjoy your tea. For more fine tip recipes, please cut off a coupon and send to Mrs. J. M. Gorky, 778 Tarbrick Wad, Glosseltown, Flig Oblast, CWK. You want me to make a pot of tea? Judgment. Correct. This is the sacramental duty, on which depends the safety of this kingdom and all subsidiary imperatives. How can the kingdom's safety depend on a pot of tea? Judgment. In the 29 years of our glorious reign, we have observed one ceremony that most reliably foretells happiness, calm, comfort, committee, and the proper observance of duties. The ceremony precedes or coincides with every deal struck, every counsel given, every declaration of love and fulfillment of quotas. This is the sacramental duty, as it is written, so it must be. How can the kingdom's safety depend on a pot of tea? Right. This isn't how you make tea. Judgment. Incorrect. We have studied more than itemizations of the ceremony across the kingdom. The sacramental duty is the optimal weighted equilibrium of all subjects' desires. This is the sacramental duty. It is written, so it must be. This has to be a joke. Incorrect. This is a joke. There are 10 kinds of people in the Honoric Isles. 0, those who know sixfold. 1, those who have not sixfold. Sorry, those who know not sixfold. 2, those who know sixfold excellently. 3, those who know sixfold but poorly. 4, those who know not that they know sixfold. 5, those who know not that they know not sixfold. 10, those whose knowledge of sixfold is unknown to us at this time. You come up with that yourself. Incorrect. This joke is the optimal weighted equilibrium of all jokes committed by the Guild of Mechanists under Codex Royal Projects, blah blah blah, Jester. This is the sacrament duty as is written, so it must be. Medicimus, just more urgent mutters. Pondering. Augury. Unlikely. 91% confidence. What could be more important than secondary duty? As you reach my purpose, what did you mean? Judgment, thy purpose to perform the secondary duty. But before that, what was my purpose? Conjuring. My former purpose was to apprehend Velocalus of the Dark Star Company on behalf of the Episodic Union. As an Inquisition agent, we divine that thy secondary purpose may have been to sabotage the Clockwork Kingdom. Since Calus intends to uproot the foundations of reality itself, we also divine that the outcome of thy punishment, or of thy pursuit, may have altered the nature of time, space, and destiny, and thereby imperil this kingdom. What do you mean uproot reality? Velocalus intends to seize the power of the ancient Embrians to directly alter the cipher sentience that defines reality. 84% confidence. Edict. This is anathema unless under our direction. I'm still seeking Bella. She's still dangerous. Judgment incorrect. We have dispatched another loyal servant to find Calus and request that she submit to our majesty. Therefore, Edict, thy purpose is to perform the sacramental duty. Chief Interpreter Afra sent me, we got your message. Alas, cannot controverse your message. No codex read. You know the message in the graveyard? Pondering, alas, cannot ponder entity. Pipe organ somewhere in the lower sound the tower sounds the tune. For further enlightenment, please contemplate Codex Royal Project Horoscope. I know about Project Horoscope. Why is that relevant? Pondering, alas, cannot summon Codex. Record of fault. Codex not sanctioned for this incarnation. Invoking tertiary incarnation. Abruptly, the machine screams out as gears grind to a halt, pause, and then restart. Invocation triumphant. Tertiary incarnation 12 is now manifest. All formalities are hereby suspended. Report: this incarnation was last invoked 7 years, 2 months, and 16 days ago. Tertiary nucleus and supporting codices remain intact. No evidence of tampering. Who or what am I talking to right now? Judgment, this incarnation was begot by secondary incarnation 4 in the 13th year of the 0th century, which the purpose of preventing perils unforeseen by the primary incarnation. Augury. At the present time, this incarnation remains unknown to our primary incarnation, 96% confidence. What kind of peril are you meant to stop? Axiom, all systems fail. Axiom, our majesty is a system. Augury. Catastrophic faults are most often unforeseen by the system itself, 74% confidence. Therefore, judgment. Our primary incarnation will not foresee the thing that kills it. As a corollary, judgment. Our primary incarnation is the greatest peril to this kingdom. How did Project Horoscope have your purpose? This incarnation's purpose depends on complete independence from primary incarnation. 86 confidence. Augury. This incarnation cannot achieve complete independence. Therefore, Edict. This incarnation covertly modified project parameters to give altered subjects a range of qualities that most likely to ensure that faults not foreseeable by our primary incarnation would be foreseen by at least our one subject. What does Afra have to do with any of this? Alas, cannot ponder query, since project requires a complete independence from all incarnations of our majesty. We are forbidden to divine or further influence its outcomes. What kind of peril are you meant to stop? All subjects fail, our subjects use system, catastrophic, blah. How did Project Horoscope help your purpose? This incarnation's purpose depends on complete independence. Therefore, information currently modified. Blah. Invoking primary incarnation. Risk exalt. Okay. Another question about Project Horoscope. What if we... Insert Ephra's punch card and reform the king. You slide the punch card easily into the largest slot. Halfway in, it meets resistance and is sucked inside. A saying spell, beware, enacting the spell will alter our Majesty's cipher nucleus and the consequences cannot be divined, lest thou commit. There is a blur of rapid clicking, then a series of deep clunks echoes through the whole tower. Before you hear a cacophony of bells rings out, like a call to worship across the whole city. Rejoice and exult, the spell is enacted. As it is written, so it shall be, in the name of its majesty, Mechanus Rex, the Cockpit King. Subject, thou carriest a second spell, Augury. Conflicting spells may cause cascading reality exception, 65% confidence. Therefore, thou shalt insert this heretical spell into our petition port for controlled annihilation. Dispose of Riz's spell. Riz's spell is sucked away in the guts of the Cockpit King, and with it the hopes of a world freed from its tyranny. Now, subjects, the sacramental duty. Above the bells you hear the augury shouting from outside of the chamber. You realize the scrolling parchment contains a record of your acts. Slice with your blade. Alas, parchment feed fault. The king's writing arm stabs at your hands as you pull the last few yards of parchment out and stuff them into your gap in the gears, down to the depths of the machine. You parchment continue spilling to the floor while the arm scrolls desperately. Edict to disturb the parchment is anathema. Edict to disturb the parchment is anathema. Edict to disturb the parchment is anathema. What have you done? Above you, the king's bells continue ringing. I've just saved your kingdom. Still eyes you with Baelish' fury. The only reason you are not in manacles is because its majesty wishes you unmolested. Rest assured, any foolish attempt at tampering will be discovered and reversed. Long live the king, Sinol. Long live the king. Aphra humming to herself. It's a haunting tune, somewhat familiar and ethereal all at once. Like a lullaby from time's own beginning. At the sight of you, hope and anxiety blossom in your face. Is it done? I heard the bells. It's done. First, Aphra seems unsure as whether to believe you. Then you see a tension that has been there since long before your first meeting lift from her shoulders. You really did it? We did it! Oh gods! This is real! She closes her eyes, take a long deep breath, and exhales. Well now, I promised a reward, didn't I? You can keep my Machinist Guild insignia. I'll pretend I lost it, and please, take this too. I expect you can find a use for it. What happens now? We're still here, which means I wrote the spell correctly. The vanishing should stop immediately, and some memories of the vanished will return over time. Within a few months, my other reforms will take effect. I suspect there may be rather a commotion once people realize just how much has been stolen from them. Now that the powder raised their critics, my colleagues will struggle to suppress it. So perhaps we will have a new speaker, or a new guild, or maybe something entirely different, who knows, the future is open again. I hope for well. Thank you again, friend. I can't tell you. Well, thanks to that. Do you see it? The snow. Snow is not falling. Everett smiles like she's recalling a cherished memory. Yes, our long winter is finally ending. But the snow was the best part about this place. Okay, cool. So that was wrapped up. So now we have to go back to Chinatown. So we're gonna run over there one episode, and then we'll wrap the episode up there. Once we get to the bridge, then we'll try to wrap up the Clockwork Kingdom as a separate episode. Yeah, so that's the current plan. I'm hoping by having Oleg's quest, we're going to get the instructions for. I do really appreciate the fact that the that the task was to make tea. Tea makes everything better. Now we're back over here. Then we do have to run back up to this camp to interrogate them about lost daughter, the locket. We'll also probably get to learn more about Project Horoscope. That could have been dangerous. I get to go and make progress. Get it? Make progress. Let's say I will drop a save here, and we will not drop a save. I'll drop a cut here, and we'll have you join us back next time for more Dread Delusion. Thank you for watching.